What do you prefer? Pink gold or yellow gold watches? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, what is your next watch purchase? Let me know also in the comments below. I'm in the market for my next watch, and actually, it's gonna be the last watch in my collection. I know everyone says that, but I truly mean it. And for me, the perfect collection is a 4-watch collection. Each watch has to be unique. They have different bracelet materials. They have different dial colors. They have slightly different shapes. They may or may not be all from different brands. We're gonna look at 5 different choices, and one of them is gonna be the one that I'm gonna go with. So, in my current watch collection, I own a 2018 blue Seamaster Diver 300. This one's modern, it's on a steel bracelet, blue dial color, has a lot of pop. It has like a scalloped shape to it, so it's not really circular. And I fell in love with it ever since I saw GoldenEye. And my dad's had one his whole life. So it was inevitable for me to have this one. My next watch in my collection was my first watch that I ever purchased from a good business deal. And this one's the Omega Seamaster 300 Heritage 2014. Yeah, I have two Omega Seamasters, but it's hard for me to part ways with them. They're both so different from each other. This one stays on the NATO strap. It's a black dial. It's got sharper indices. It's got arrow hands. It's got a coin edge bezel. It's got a matte dial construction versus ceramic polish. And they're just completely different. And then the final watch I just recently purchased is a Cartier Santos medium two-tone. This is the definition of prestige. It changed my perspective on what I thought I wanted in my watch collection. So it's completely different from the other ones. But I'm in the market for a 4th. There's one last watch that I want to purchase. A yellow gold dress watch on a leather bracelet. It's gotta be a different brand from the other 3. It's gotta be high horology. It's gotta be reasonably priced. And the attention to detail has to be there. My 5th option on the list is kind of left field. It's to buy the Rolex GMT Master 2, blue black bezel, and the Batman, get the Jubilee bracelet with it, and replace this watch. Wait a second, that goes against everything you just said, Sebastian. Well, hear me out. If I was going for a 3-watch collection only, they would all have to be different brands. I wouldn't compromise there. I can't have 2 black dials. The reason it's number 5 on my list and that I didn't go through with this option is because I am not about to pay market value for this piece. It is not reasonably priced. Right now it's going for $21,000 used. It's also not high horology. Let's say I don't want to go market value. Let's say I actually want to put my name on the wait list and get it at an authorized dealer. Well, you can't. Not unless you're A$AP Rocky. Not unless you're Elton John. Not unless you're Vladimir Putin. I'm not about to play games with the authorized dealer. I'm not about to buy watches I don't need to put my name on a wait list. I'm just not playing games. I also don't like how much attention it would bring if I wore it. Everyone would know about it. Everyone would look at my wrist. I don't really want to have that attention. I also don't want my arm chopped off. The 4th option on my list is the Audemars Piguet Jumbo Extra Thin in yellow gold. I love the integrated look of this watch. I love that it's all gold, including the dial. It doesn't have a seconds hand. It doesn't even have a power reserve indicator. It's just the minute hand and the hour hand and a date window. I would like to see a little more movement, especially for the price, which it retails for a price of $70,000. That's just not reasonable for me. It's also out of my price range. Number 3 on my list is the Jaeger LeCoutre Reverso in all gold with a leather bracelet. I fell in love with this watch when I saw it on Thomas Crown Affair on Pierce Brosnan's wrist. I just think it has this aura of class. It is so reminiscent of simpler times. However, looking at the JLC website, they don't have a yellow gold model available for purchase. If I wanted a yellow gold model, I'd have to go through the used market. That kind of limits my possibilities. So what if I wanted it new? It's kind of similar to the Cartier Santos, and I think they would be competing for wrist time. As much as I love the JLC Reverso, I kind of like the Cartier Santos just a little more. And that's why I probably wouldn't go for that option, as much as I love that watch. The number 2 watch on my list is the Lange Sohne 1 with the champagne dial. I think this watch is beautiful. The attention to detail is immaculate. It has the best date window in the business. And at 38.5 millimeter case diameter, it's the perfect size. The retail price is $40,000, but you can buy it used for $29,000. After more research, I found a different brand that offers the same attention to detail, if not maybe a little more, for a lot cheaper. So number 1 on my list, this is the Breguet Classique small seconds hand. What I love about this watch, and I could go on for days and days, I love Breguet. I love their history. I love the attention to detail. I love the fact it's underrated. And maybe that underrated personality is what makes it so special, but there's so much more to Breguet than just them being underrated. It's completely handmade. The dial is a silvered gold dial made by an artisan who uses an old-fashioned guillotine machine. They weld the lugs, they cold roll the coin edge, and you guys know I'm a sucker for coin edge bezels. I mean, bezels, case, whatever. I think the way that it plays with the light is just magnificent. And it's that attention to detail that makes it not just your standard simpleton dress watch. It's brimming with character. The closer you look, the more in awe you are. I love the Breguet styled hands with the open work circles in them. The blue steel is just beautiful and it shines magnificently in the light. If you look even closer, you notice the small seconds hand window has a completely different guilloche pattern than the rest of the watch. Actually, I went to an AD and they had it for sale mid-pandemic for $10,000 in almost new condition. Yellow gold, brown leather bracelet. I should have purchased it. $10,000. I've never seen it for $10,000 ever again. I've been looking on everywhere. I haven't seen it. I haven't gotten any calls. But you know, you got to be responsible with these emotional purchases, right? It's incredible that this watch at $19,000 is so much cheaper than all the other watches on my list. The history is where it just is the icing on the cake. Louis Breguet was the first to create the Tourbillon that everyone loves. It's on every watch now, every high horology watch. But Breguet was the first one to do it. Marie Antoinette, she ordered a Breguet pocket watch because she was enamored with it. Unfortunately, she got beheaded before she was able to wear or use her pocket watch. But I mean, it goes that far back. Napoleon Bonaparte, the French leader Napoleon, he had a Breguet. Cristiano Ronaldo has a double tourbillon Breguet. Vladimir Putin has a Breguet. Winston Churchill had a Breguet. Queen Victoria had a Breguet. I mean, these are some high profile names, some famous people in history who own this watch. If that doesn't highlight the attention to detail, the high horology sophistication that comes with the name Breguet, I don't know what does. I think I would have the perfect 4-watch collection with that watch. What do you guys think of this list? Please let me know in the comments below. What do you think of the Breguet brand in general? Do you guys like it? Do you dislike it? As always, please subscribe to the channel if you liked my content, and Suave will return.